This is the Fifth Estate, coming to you from the Fort Hall School of Government in Nairobi, Kenya, and Professor Mutahi Ngunyi. This Sunday, we will list the 3 deadly sins of President Ruto, and we will shoot straight. Did you know that a Kikuyu lives 10 years longer than a Luo? Fact. The life expectancy for a Kikuyu is 68 years, while that of a Luo is 58 years. And did you know that out of every 3 Luo children who die before the age of 5, only 1 Kikuyu child dies? Did you also know that Kiambu County alone has 13 level 4 hospitals, and the whole of Nyanza has only 5? That Kiambu and Nyeri have 38 specialized doctors, and the whole of Coast Province has only 10. Here are some more shocking facts from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. Nyeri has 1 level 5 hospital, and the whole of Nyanza also has 1 level 5 hospital. This is a specialized hospital where they treat cancer and other fatal illnesses. But the shocking part is this. The Kiambu Level 5 hospital attends to 800,000 patients, but the one in Nyanza attends to 4 million people. It is overcrowded. And so we ask, is it a wonder that a Kikuyu will live 10 years longer than a Luo? And that out of every 3 Luo children who die before the age of 5, only 1 Kikuyu child dies.
What is our point here? Kikuyus are a blessed nation, not by God, but by the privilege of being in government for 61 years. They should be grateful in the name of Thy, the God they pray to. Now we turn to the first deadly sin of William Ruto, the sin of equalization. Did you know that Kikuyus have received bonuses for their coffee every Christmas for the last 61 years? And now that Ruto has given Luhya farmers the first ever bonus of 150 million for their sugar, a jobless Kikuyu called Gachagua is complaining. Why? If we assume that the government gives only 150 million to farmers as a bonus, and Kikuyu farmers have received this for 61 years, this amounts to tens of billions. And so we ask, what is wrong with giving the same to lawyers? There is one more thing. Kikuyus have exported their coffee for 61 years, earning in dollars. Now the Somalis, the owners of livestock in East Africa, want to export their goats to UAE, but the goats have to be vaccinated by President Ruto to meet export standards. However, a jobless Kikuyu called Gachagua is violently opposed to the vaccination. Why? The 2027 election will be determined by the Somali nation and the Mulembe nation. Fact. And that is why Gachagua's God, called Thy, has instructed him to stop this. It is that simple.
The second deadly sin of William Ruto is the sin of equalization. And yes, Ruto's second sin is the sin of equalization. This is not a mistake. Dear Kikuyus, Gachagua is a blind man in a dark room chasing a black cat which is not there. It is that simple. This jobless Kikuyu is lost. He never saw William Ruto coming, and he has no idea where Ruto is going. Ruto is giving bonuses to Luhyas, a facility Kikuyus have enjoyed for 61 years. He is vaccinating Somali goats for export and votes. Only Kikuyus exported products from Kenya to the world for the last 61 years. Dear Kikuyus, Gachagua is a lion that hunts rats. If a lion catches 100 rats every day, it will soon die of hunger. It needs to catch an antelope. Now, the antelope has been given to Mulembe and Somali nations. That is why Gachagua, the Mount Kenya lioness with no tail, is eating rats. If a Kikuyu can live 10 years longer than a Luo, and if 3 Luo children die before the age of 5, and only 1 Kikuyu child dies, this Kikuyu privilege has to change. We are not saying that Kikuyu privilege is bad. The question we are asking is this: will the rat-eating lion called Gachagua protect it, or is he protecting his ego? Simple question.
The deadly sins of William Ruto. 1. Equalization. 2. Equalization. And 3. Equalization. Period. Now we give you more figures from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. Did you know that 80% of the land in central Kenya has title deeds? They have used these titles to get loans from banks to develop their areas for years. And did you know that 80% of the land in the coast has no title deeds? They cannot use their land to borrow and develop nothing. Did you also know that 75% of Kikuyus are connected to electricity and only 40% of Luos are? And that only 30% of the people from the coast and the Rift Valley have electricity? This is a statistical fact. And so we ask, why is William Ruto a sinner? He is just trying to equalize the historical privileges given to the Kikuyus. If a Kikuyu can live for 10 years longer than a Luo, what is the problem with prolonging the life of a Luo? And if Kikuyus have been paid bonus for 61 years making billions, what is wrong with paying the Luya sugar farmers a small bonus of 150 million shillings? And if Kikuyus have made billions exporting coffee, what is wrong with vaccinating Somali goats for export to Dubai? This is the Ruto equalization sin. And in our book, the man is forgiven.